Hello everyone, and welcome to another News Coolum video. I guess on this video we'll be doing another little road trip. Now, a bit of a channel update. So the person that I was taking care of is no longer with us. Unfortunately, she passed away, and there was nothing to be done with it. But cancer is a terrible thing, and she's not suffering anymore. And as a result of that, though, a little bit more of my time will be freed up. Now, I was taking some FMLA time as well, so maybe not as much. I have an office job commitment as well, but I should be able to start making a lot more videos again, a lot more video content. I was going weeks at a time without really actually even leaving the house, right? So very, very few trips, very few miles that I was putting on any of my cars, anything like that. Just a lot of stuff that I wasn't able to do, just too much time, and just not enough that I could free up for that sort of thing. And this video channel, while I want it to be educational, informative, it's not really something that I can use to make ends meet, right? This isn't a channel that's meant to make money. So enough of that as far as just a channel update. Just know that there will be a lot more content coming, and then in this video I'm going to finally test out, hopefully, the battery capacity of this Chevrolet Bolt EV with the brand new battery pack in it. Now I'm trying a bit of a new camera angle again. We left a little bit, well, it's actually exactly noon now, so it's gonna be a pretty long trip. If you want to test out the capacity of the Bolt EV, or really any EV, I think you actually have to do a full drain and recharge, right? This is no different than what a lot of people do with individual battery cells. They'll drain them down, see how much energy they get out of them. They'll charge them fully to capacity again, see how much energy they put into them, and then they'll drain them one more time all the way down to empty, and then see how much they got out, right? So it's very much akin to actually measuring the gas that you put into a gas tank, as opposed to simply trusting whatever the MPG rating the car says is, right? So in this case, what you're relying on is the car's display to tell you how much energy you've used from full, and then the DC fast charger that you end up using toward the end to tell you what your state of charge is. And then you can also kind of see from there how much energy you put back in, though you're rarely going to charge back to full on a DC fast charger. So this is kind of a shorthand. And then the other thing that a lot of people do with the with the Bolt EV, they get a little bit confused because they reference the LG sticker in terms of capacity versus what GM says the capacity was. And apparently the reason there was a discrepancy was there was two different rating models, and so I think it was IEC versus ISO, and different measurement criteria will give you a different result in terms of energy capacity. So what we know about the original Bolt EV is, per its display, it would show over 60 kilowatt hours of usable energy. The sticker said 58 kilowatt hours, and if you were to later, after I think it was 2018 that they did the update, it appears that whatever GM did, they rectified the displayed energy to match what that sticker energy said. And so they ended up using whatever the same model was that LG used. And I noticed that in my display. That's why when I've mentioned that I measured like battery degradation in the Bolt EV at like 100,000 or 150,000 miles, I noted that early on it did lose about 2 kilowatt hours of energy after that update. So whatever happened on the back end, I'm not privy to all of the details, right, from GM, what they did. It just appears that they changed the way the Bolt EV's energy used display showed energy, or how it measured it. And it looks like everything really is in alignment now. That's why this new battery pack that was replaced in my Bolt EV, I believe it was 160,000 miles, so about 15,000 miles ago. It is technically a 66 kilowatt hour battery pack per their original measurement criteria, but they list it as a 64. And when I tested it, when it first came out in the 2020 Bolt EV, it was right around 64 and a half kilowatt hours on the display, usable from full to empty. Right, so change of plans. According to the map, this is actually, I'm gonna take the back route for a little bit longer before I get onto the freeway. According to it, it's actually the same speed, and given that I drive these back roads, I think, faster than Google anticipates, then I think actually it might get us onto the road even faster. The thing is, it's a 10-mile difference between this and going the other direction. And what I have to weigh with that is, one, this route is shorter, meaning it's more efficient. And then in addition to that, I'm using less miles. So I want to, in order to do a battery capacity test, I really want to get down to below 10% battery on arrival. And so that's not always possible when you're driving such short distances. So really what I'm counting on at this point, because I've literally just took 10 miles off the distance I was anticipating having to drive, and about 30 to 40 miles off of the 70-mile-an-hour freeway I was going to be driving. What I need to count on now is just that section of 70-mile-an-hour freeway plus the elevation increase is enough to sap the energy that I need to get a good full depletion on the battery and get a good reading on what that actual capacity is. All right, so here we are about to get onto the freeway. Just had to slow down to 35 miles an hour now. The other route, actually, both routes would have had me slowing down a decent amount more. So one of the good things about this is it just gets you right onto the freeway. I haven't been to Giant Burger in a while here in Corning. I'm definitely going to have to stop and refresh my palate on that. Oh, looky, R1S looking for an adventure. I hope they find it. They're supposed to be, Rivian's supposed to be adding a few more chargers up here in Northern California. Let's see if they get around to it. And maybe more to the point, if Rivian actually opens up their network to non-Rivians as they're planning to, or they say they're planning to, because I'm actually, believe it or not, looking forward to being able to charge on Rivian's network a lot more so than I am the Tesla supercharger network. I just don't think that the superchargers align with my interests anywhere near as well as the Rivian network that I've seen go in so far. So either way, both of those things should be happening this year. The superchargers should be opened up to GM EVs within weeks at this point. They say it's imminent, but It should have happened already, so I don't know what's going on with that. But then RJ Scaringe of Rivian said that their adventure network would be opening up this year as well. Yeah, and this is, I guess, on I-5. I believe this is the farthest north at this point that I've driven my Bolt EV. So, yeah, and then you can kind of see a little bit of the lake off to the left. Like I said, it's all full now, or mostly full. Just with the snow runoff that's left, it should be able to maintain its lake level well into summer, even though they're going to be drawing from it. So yeah, and then we'll get a little bit better views of the lake as we go across here. Well, hopefully a little bit. This is why you drive a pickup truck, so you can see over the rails. But yeah, you can see some of the houseboats out there. Yeah, the lake looks really good. It hasn't looked like this in a very long time. Yeah, I mean, it's making me wonder if maybe maybe I think I'll need to come out and go fishing. It's sort of the John Wick of lakes. They keep asking if I'm back. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. That's right, Shasta Lake. You be back. All right, so I guess worth noting, right? There's we're only 16 miles from Dunsmuir, which also has a charger that I could use if I really wanted to. As it is, like I said, I'm going to be arriving with a little bit more energy than I had hoped for. So I'm actually picking up the pace a little bit, even though, like I said, I know there's also going to be a bump in elevation. The big issue was that the place that I wanted to drive past to check out, I have enough range to get there. The problem is getting back again, right? Like, so you can't just overshoot and then not have enough energy to then return back to where you were hoping. So what I'm going to end up doing then is just stopping as planned, but just really hoping to burn off as much energy as I can possibly burn off before then. All right, so we used 54.1 kilowatt hour. We ended up going 166 miles, and we still have a decent amount left. I'm guessing somewhere between 15 and 20%. And then here we are at the charge point. I really wanted to use the Express Plus, but both sides of the cable are down for whatever reason. So we'll go check that out in a minute. But like I said, the main reason I wanted to stop here was just to do this quick capacity test. I still haven't had a chance to use one of the Express Plus units with the Bolt EV yet. One thing that I'm really interested in is just what that the handshake is. So I just plugged in my RFID card. They have these nice cables that pull out like that to relieve stress, and then you just plug in. Listening to the seagulls apparently. And yeah, these handshakes tend to be pretty quick. This is from the time that I swiped my card, so there's a lot that it's not 33 seconds that's passed. Probably about half that at this point, so about 20 seconds. So this is a slower activation too. Yeah, so this ended up taking about 25 seconds probably to activate, but it's saying I plugged in at 14%. So this is where we get to do that math then. And they have a few different units. Oh, this is another Express Wait, no, this is just the CPE 250. So both of these are down. So I just happened to be plugging into the one that was up. So this is something that ChargePoint's definitely going to need to work on. I don't know, maybe they want to pair these two, but they really cannot be at a situation where they only have one charger at a site with 5 DC fast charging stalls up and running. That's not where ChargePoint needs to be right now. You have the superchargers over there, not too much use. I think a couple of cars charging. And one of the reasons this is such a great stop is just look at that view, right? Just basically just stand out, look at Shasta, Mount Shasta, while you're plugging in and charging your car. You've got some of the other higher mountain ranges that are still snow-capped, and of course just all around scenic. You've got a nice Mexican restaurant here that I haven't had a chance to eat at before, but maybe I'll try it. Just a lot of shopping around too. So let's go calculate what my battery capacity is. And it also looks like this station might not even be operating at full power. Well, it's close, but no, it's still off. Only 47 kilowatt, 48 kilowatt. This is what I should be seeing on even like 125 amp stations. So I don't think it's quite there. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that calculation then. All right, so how I calculate it is, right, we arrived with 14% battery. So the easy way is, that means that we used 86%. Now, we also used 54.1 kilowatt hours on screen. So 54.1, and then I divide it by that 86. And then from there, I can multiply by 100, 100 for each percentile, and I end up with just short of 63 kilowatt hours. So I actually think that's probably pretty accurate. I think had I gone down a little bit deeper, like I said, you really want to go under about 10% to get the best, most accurate reading. I think probably I could expect around 64 kilowatt hours on average. So this is just one data point. But yeah, so it's definitely registering more than my original battery when I first got it, which I think I had maybe 61, 62 kilowatt hours peak usable capacity. So it's registering even more than when I originally got this car in 2016, December of 2016. And then it's registering more than after that update where the peak energy was 58. That was the corrected for the original pack. And then it's registering more than what it was registering when I first got this new battery installed, which was that 59-ish kilowatt hours usable. So yeah, it's definitely corrected from there. Right now it's around 63 kilowatt hours is what it's saying based on discharge down to 14%. So I hope that was helpful in terms of just kind of figuring out how much energy is available in this Bolt EV pack. I'm gonna finish kind of checking out the site, let the little guy walk around a little bit, and then go and do the rest of what I need to do. But I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm just gonna do an A to B for this trip because this is just more of a capacity test than anything else. The other things that I find along this trip will be separate videos, more than likely, and then I don't know that I'm going to come back here anyway and charge. Had more of these Express Plus units been up and running, I would have come back, but ChargePoint definitely needs to work on that. They can't have a single DC fast charger unit up and running at a site, like I said, with 5 DCFC stalls. That's just not good enough, especially since very few other companies are covering this charging corridor. Who knows? Maybe I'll stop by Yak's on the way back in Dunsmuir and just grab an early dinner or something. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this video is helpful, and you know, if you liked it, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and thank you for watching.